How do you handle emotional triggers without shutting down or blowing up? I catch myself reacting before I even understand what I'm feeling. That happened a lot for me in my childhood. Believe it or not, I was seen as the quiet person, but when I get pissed off, I got pissed off. Like, it's harder to reach my emotional trigger, but when you do, it's hard to shut that mug off. So I try not to take it there, I try not to get there, but you have to be more self-aware of yourself. You have to know what your emotional triggers are to begin with, and not put yourself in a situation to where those triggers will be pulled. If you're constantly being around people and put yourself in situations where you know they're gonna be pulled, that's your fault. That's not anyone else's fault. We can't put blame on nobody else but ourselves. If we're more aware of what our emotional triggers are, we can keep ourselves from that situation. That's what I would say about that, and that's what I do. I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where I know that emotional trigger is gonna be pulled. And people can call me whatever they want to call me, but I know who I am as a man. Just don't let people rile you up and have you out here trying to do something you know you don't want to do, or put yourself in a situation you don't know you want to put yourself in, because you know yourself, you know your emotional triggers, and you know what you're capable of doing. I don't care if it's a family member or not. That doesn't even matter. Your best friend, well, why your best friend if they're constantly pulling your emotional triggers? Other things, if you constantly put yourself in a stressful situation, the outcome of what's going on in that also can be an emotional trigger. So stop putting yourself in those stressful situations. Figure it out. Right, there's something you're possibly not doing right, or something that you just consistently doing and refuse to realize that this is not smart. Or you're not opening your mouth and you constantly get into situations with a certain person because you don't want to tell them the truth and hurt their feelings. Later for all that, this is about you right now. If you're just thinking about you and protecting yourself, open your mouth and let them know, hey, we can't keep doing this. This is an emotional trigger for me. I'm getting depressed every time we do this over and over again, and we constantly put ourselves in this situation because we're not being responsible. We're not thinking everything through before we move, and we constantly end up in the same situation over and over again. We gotta stop doing this, right? So again, just being more self-aware and being open and honest, like, hey, I can't do this. Just talk. Do I need therapy to heal? I'm open but also skeptical. I think that's true for a lot of people, especially men that don't like to share information about themselves. They don't want to go to a stranger and start talking to them about their life and unveiling some touchy subjects about themselves. But I say it depends on how deep in you are, if you need therapy or not. Personally, me, I like to find a nature trail, a nice park, just being in nature. That does something for me. It's peaceful, not a lot of people, not a lot of traffic. I like to go early and just be in nature and be at one with myself. That helps me center myself. When I can do that every so often, it benefits me. And it may be something that you can try. Some people like to work out, some people like yoga, some people like listening to a certain type of music, but for myself, I like being in nature. Just being in nature, just listening to nature sounds, just listen to the water run. You can find a good stream, just listen to that water run. It's so therapeutic. Going in nature, just being out there alone, just listen to the birds chirping, different sounds of nature. It recenters you. It really does, and I think that's natural for a lot of us to just be in those environments sometimes. I'm not telling you to go hiking somewhere in the wilderness, but you can find a decent nature park in your city, your local city, and just sit and be one with nature. That's my opinion on if you need therapy or not. But I don't think it can hurt you if you're being open and honest when you do go to therapy, so that they can evaluate and help you. Don't go there and lie to them and not tell them everything, because you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. So be open and honest if you are going to go to therapy. That's my opinion. Being open and honest with yourself first, evaluating yourself first. That helps you become more self-aware and it helps you become a better person and to grow. That's something you can start right now today. Evaluate yourself. If you know you're a butthole, fix it. Fix that area of your life. For me, talk more. Talk a little more. Be a little more open and honest about your thoughts and opinions. And sometimes I'll get to the point I'm too open and honest, but I've gotten control of it. You know, sometimes you don't need to say anything. Sometimes it's not time to say everything you need to say. You gotta pick and choose your moments. But yeah, that's for me. That helped me continue to grow as a person. Just like I'm making these videos right now and sharing my opinions and sharing my thoughts. There's growth for me. Whatever it is for you, just figure it out. You know, just be open and honest with yourself. I think that is the basis about who you are and what you want as a man, as a woman, and just as a person in general. Be open and honest about what you want. That frees you from the personal prison that you're in. If you be open and honest about who you are and what you want in your life, you'll be amazed how that simple thing can open you up to a better life, a better you in general.